Hello, everyone. Welcome again to Keep Kicking. Today, I sit down with James and have a conversation about his martial career. What I hope that you get from this is that it's not just about fighting. What I hope that you get from this is that it's also about building community. It's also about giving back, and as we sharpen ourselves with the skills, tools, techniques that are provided in martial arts, we also build community. And as we build community and focus on other people, help train them, help cultivate them through the arts, it's helping us. It is enriching our lives. Housekeeping is that I'm still working through technical difficulties. I appreciate all of you for being patient and giving me the time. I also want to say that while viewership is low, I am so grateful, so blessed for the feedback that I've been giving. I am having a lot of people reach out and express that they are enjoying the conversations. And if you're not enjoying the conversation, some of them are not going to be for you. But I'm really happy with the reception that has come to pass here. Very, very happy. Today's Zen story is a monk was walking and saw an old man sitting on his porch. He could tell that the old man was worried about something. She said, "Old man, what's wrong?" And the old man said, "I hate my house. I hate my neighborhood, and I want to move." The monk said, that's pretty easy to solve. You can sell your home and move. And the old man said, "I can't sell my home because it is worn down and I won't get enough money for it." The monk says, "Hey, that's an easy solution too. I can stay with you. I will sleep on your couch and I will help you fix up your home." And the old man says, "I can't fix it up because if I fix it up, I might like it and I might not want to move." Thank you all.
Keep kicking, never quitting. Focus sharp like a blade that's hitting. From white belt dreams to the master flow, Paul Coffey's got the mic, now the stories grow. Technique entails discipline and fire. Each guest brings truth to inspire. Keep kicking, step into your power. Keep kicking, moment to the hour. Every strike, every fall, every rise, it's a journey through a warrior's eyes. Old school, new school, all styles blend. From the mat to the mic where the arts ascend. Philosophy deep, but the vibe stays tight. Martial minds meeting in the podcast light. Keep kicking, step into your power. Keep kicking, moment to the hour. Every strike, every fall, every rise, it's a journey through a warrior's eyes. Keep kicking. Keep kicking. Paul Coffey leads and the journey begins. Paul Coffey leads and the journey begins. Technique entails discipline and fire. Each guest brings truth to inspire. Keep kicking, step into your power. Keep kicking, moment to the hour. Every strike, every fall, every rise. It's a journey through a warrior's eyes. Keep kicking, keep kicking. Paul Coffey leads and the journey begins. Paul Coffey leads and the journey begins.
Hello, everyone, and welcome again to Keep Kicking Martial Arts Podcast, where I'm martial discussions with other martial artists. Today I am with James, and I am going to kick it over to him and let him introduce himself for the people. Go ahead.
Hi, y'all. My name is James Crawford. I'm 34 years old. Been doing martial arts since I was 8 years old, and it's been a long road for me, very long road.
Very, very good. What got you into martial arts?
Well, it's kind of funny. When I was 8, when I was just a youngin', I used to swing sticks a lot. So I used to hit trees, do combination on trees, and do kicks on trees and everything. What got me doing that was I used to watch all. You might be familiar with it because we probably be the same age. I don't know. Ninja Turtles,
Yeah.
watching Mortal Kombat, Dragon Ball Z, Batman, and all that type of stuff. So that's what got me inspired to do martial arts.
Very good, very good. What was the first martial art that you studied?
When I was in now this might be another this another story. When I was the first martial art that I took when I was in high school was Taekwondo when my teacher was in the military. When I was in high school, he was in the military. He came from another state and to the school that what I was in, and he taught me Taekwondo. I loved it. Loved it.
Was that in the school or was that in a dojo?
It was in the ROTC.
So you were in ROT?
Yes, I was in ROTC.
Wonderful, wonderful. And then what was the next art that you learned?
When I get up in age, I started learning different arts. One of my teachers, when I get up in age, was Link Martin. He was another teacher of mine. He studied Shotokan, then he studied Kempo. That's when I got a belt in with him. Then he studied a whole lot of things. I give praise to him because he really stays on me everything that I do. Then I got another teacher named Grandmaster J. He's a good friend of mine, and he worked with me very well, very well. He got his own system based on commit. It's like it's a different type of martial art, but it's very well rounded, very well rounded. And one of my closest friends is Danny Bolden. Danny Bolden got his own. He got he knew Taekwondo. He showed me a few things. I pick up that. I got a lot of teachers. A lot of teachers.
That's wonderful. I think that is something that's neglected or missed in some martial arts, and that's something that we've had multiple conversations about already in this podcast. But the idea of if you started in one system and did that system for 20 years, you'd be really good at that system and you would practice that system and you would know that system, but it doesn't enrich yourself in the same capacity. And what I'm more interested about for martial artists is for them to study with an instructor for 5 years or 10 years and then move on and study with another instructor. Maybe during your tenure, you find a master that you really enjoy and you do stay with them, but those masters should be masters that you're taking stuff back to.
Yes, that's correct.
Wonderful. Let me ask you what has kept you in the martial art.
What kept me in the martial arts was my mom, dad. I'm a Christian. My church members. of First Baptist Church, they kept me going. They kept me pushing. It was one time I wanted to give up on myself, but I had to think about it like, no, because it's not fair if I give up on myself, then I give up on them.
Mm-hmm.
Then I had to, when I wake up in the morning, I have to look at their faces, think about their faces, tell me never give up, keep pushing, don't stop. Then I know if I try to give up, I get to hear my brother mouth, my oldest brother mouth. Because he's my biggest rival from when I was a child, teenagers, growing up. Those really kept me pushing. My dad, he one of my biggest inspirations. His name is James Hilliard, but I'm a Crawford, so he got the first name is mine. So my mom, Priscilla Crawford, she's also my biggest inspiration from cancer. She beat cancer. That would make me keep pushing to do martial arts even more. And my sister, Kiosha, she's my my family is my idol and also my church First Baptist.
Very, very good. How has martial arts helped enrich your life to give back to those people that are your idols?
Martial arts helped me get back. Like I try to tell my family, it ain't about money with me. I do it for the community. When I started doing martial arts, I came up with a idea. So I said I've been doing martial arts like I said since 8. Now I'm 34. So I came up with the idea like I want to do something with this skill. So I wanted to put it on YouTube, and I didn't know how it was gonna react. So I put one video on YouTube. It reached 146K views. I didn't know that was gonna be like this. So then I just kept adding videos, sharing videos, much more. Then it just took from there.
That's awesome. That's awesome. How many videos or how many views do you typically get on a video?
I got 563 subscribers so far.
Very good. How long have you been doing the YouTube channel?
Oops, I can't remember. I just know I started in 2000 and something.
Okay.
I know I started 2000 and something.
Is your goal to teach online?
Yeah, my goal.
Or
Yes, my goal is to teach online. My goal is to help others. My goal is also to help people who can't help themselves. Cause when I see what I teach is like I don't want you walking around down the street with earphones on your ear. That's a big distraction. Like women, they walk down the dark alley, walk at night, so I come up with a concept or a video to teach these things.
very good. Why teach?
Why teach? Well, I teach because I love to do it. I love to do it because it's like a hobby. I ain't gonna say it's a hobby, it's a gift from the creator. It's a gift from the creator.
How long have you been teaching? About the same time as the YouTube channel?
Yeah, same time as the YouTube channel.
Have you ever ran a club or a school or anything out of a church or anything like that?
Working on it. Working on it.
Awesome. Like out of your church, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully.
That's a wonderful place to start. I've seen a lot of schools start. What do you think is the most neglected part of martial arts practice for most martial artists?
Politics. Martial,
So.
martial art politics for me. Because, the most practice is politics. You got one person hate this style, hate what you doing, excuse me, hate what you doing with this, and then you got another person hate what you doing with that, and they were trying to correct you. Then one person think you're doing what's wrong, and one person think you're doing what's right. So I just do what I do best.
That's a wonderful way to be about that. I think that logistically
there's a lot of egos that are at play, and the ego says, that's not how it's supposed to happen because that's not how I've been taught, or that's not how it's supposed to happen because that's not how I do it. And I think that definitely it jades a lot of people. And I was talking to another guy who has a lot of an online presence as well. He does YouTube and he also does stuff on TikTok. And I think he's maybe found a little bit more viral success on TikTok. But he's saying that he was trying to alter his content in a way that there wasn't that much negativity said about it, because this is very insightful of him, but the negativity is discouraging to people that haven't practiced, people that haven't been in the dojo yet, but are thinking about it. And they get on YouTube and they start scrolling and they find a video and they look at the comments and people are like, this doesn't work, that doesn't work, you know?
I'm just gonna be honest, cause ain't no lying in me. I did have bad comments on YouTube, and I did have good comments on YouTube. I had, people cuss me out on YouTube, bad stuff like that. So I just ignored it and just keep training and keep pushing and do what, like I said, do what I do best.
So you almost have to, because there's not a way to avoid negativity on the internet. Like, it's going to be there, it's going to be present. What would be next for you? What would be the next thing that you would like to learn, the next thing you would like to study, the next thing that you would like to accomplish? Is next the club at the church? Is
I wanted to be a club at the church because I be up there too much. I be in the gym too much. They just walk past me and see me practice and see me train. Then I came up with an idea. I'm like, I wonder if they're gonna let me teach up here. I asked plenty of times, but they be busy, so I hope they probably get back to me too. Like I said, the church, it changed my life. It changed my life. Everybody changed my life. Even when I talked to you one day, when asked you, what did you study? You told me, if correct me if I'm wrong, you said Shaolin Kempo. Okay. So I like to learn from different people, take what I learn from different people, and just add it to what I know.
that's what you got to do. We're talking about making martial arts gumbo.
Yeah, martial art gumbo. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So you gotta.
it's like it just been a world change for me, because it was like when I was staying in Memphis, because that's where I was born and raised in Memphis. Where I had a gun pulled on me at gunpoint. See, nobody didn't know. See, nobody know that. When I was coming from playing basketball, then
How old were you when the gun was pulled?
sorry,
How old were you when the gun was pulled on you?
I was teenager. So when I
Okay.
was coming from playing basketball, then I noticed a car was coming up in tinted windows. So someone told me to look back. Then I was like, okay, I think none of it. Then the car swerved around in front of me. The next thing that they pulled a gun.
Did you know these people?
No, I did not know these people at all. Not at all, because where I grew up is like a rough neighborhood, a rough neighborhood, gangs and all that stuff. So so that's when I started taking martial arts, because I want to have to defend myself, even though I did know how to defend myself, but I wanted to learn more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You want to learn the science behind it.
I want to understand everything about it.
How did you come out unscathed from the gun pulled on you?
This only thing I knew was pray. Because when they came, they drove in front of me, let the window down, then the guy in the back seat pulled the gun, then this thing, I just started praying right then and there, then they drove off. That been my savior ever since then.
I am glad that the situation didn't go further south than it did, because I cannot imagine having to be in that position. That's rough. So when did you come to Louisville? When did you come to Louisville? Yeah, are you in Louisville? You're not. Okay. When did you move to Tennessee? From when did you leave Alabama?
Well, I left Memphis, Tennessee Cause me and my dad missed that bond. We missed that connection. Me and my mom, she was a night. She knew what I was going through. You know, when I was going through my stages. You know, not being myself. You know, just like
Depression, or what do you mean?
it
What
was
you were
like
going?
it was like a depression done. You know,
Okay.
like I'm just gonna tell the truth. Me fighting others, which I should never done, because it was so much anger built up in me. So much anger. So the only way I can do is by letting it out.
Where'd the anger come from?
Where the anger come from, you know, by my family, you know, just seeing my family being happy. Cause it's like 1 minute they this, 1 minute they that, 1 minute everybody want to get together, the next minute they want to talk about each other, next minute they want to do this. So I had so much anger built up. But
Okay.
my dad, like I said, like my dad being my inspiration, he taught me, hey, people gonna do what they want to do. So the only way you can do what you want to do is keep doing what you're doing, keep learning, keep excelling, and keep pushing. The more you push, the more you should.
Absolutely. And that's another point that we try and make here is that motivation is not something that people have. It's something that you exercise. It's something that you show up for. And by continuing to do what you excel in, by continuing to do and learn, you exercise that motivation and you grow that muscle. That is that's a beautiful example of how that we did that.
Because
How did
my grandmama and my uncle, they got degrees in the church, so that's how I learned from them.
what degree in the? I'm not familiar. What's a
They
degree
got a
in the church?
degree in some got to do with the Bible. That's the only way I can
Okay,
describe it.
okay, okay, okay. So did they go to like seminary school, like ministers?
I can't remember. I was very young, very young. I just
Okay,
know
okay,
the Bible.
okay. That sometimes that's all it takes. Sometimes that's all you need. How did martial arts help you through depression? How did it help you through those dark moments?
Well, it helped me because, like I said, I had so much anger and so much guilt, and it was one that I just wanted to let go. And then when I look back and all the accomplishments and all the certificates I get and all the awards I get, I just when I try not to get so angry, you know, just go out there and fight somebody. No. I just when I get in like ramen in the room, I just focus my mind, meditation, just learning, perfecting. Go outside and learn what I do and do what I do best.
There's something about the physical movement, and it's a release that is beyond exercise. It's not the same as lifting weights or doing squats or doing push-ups, you know, and it hones us in a way that it's something that I want everyone to be able to experience. It's one of the reasons I teach is because I want people to experience the flow state that exists, and I want people to experience the sharpening of one's self.
Yes.
So, what's kept you in the martial arts for this whole time? What keeps you going on a martial level?
What keeps me going? I'm just gonna call a few names. I'm just
Do
gonna
it.
call a few names. My mentor in my church is Mike Bledsoe, and my other church member Douglas, my pastor Scott, one of my friends that pick me up, one of my church members that pick me up every Sunday, John David, Mr. James, who I was very close with, Cal, the whole First Baptist Church family, my mom, my grandma, just everybody. That's what kept me.
Very, very good. Have you heard of the organization Kicking for Christ?
Kicking for Christ. And if I'm not familiar, I'm just gonna be honest.
Okay. I don't know if they're still around. About a decade ago, or maybe even a little longer, there was an organization called Kicking for Christ, and they had curriculum where you as a martial arts instructor would bring the martial arts component, and they broke down week by week lessons based on, like, well, you're going to kick and show people defenses on this day, and then here's scripture that goes with the lesson. And it was kind of it wasn't really a Bible study or a scripture study, but it was a way to intertwine religious study, biblical study with martial art. And the organization was doing it to where people like yourself, they were wanting to do small clubs inside of a church, and they were just helping them get started. But you maybe should look into that. I don't know if it's still around or not, but you should look into that.
If I'm not mistaken, I have a friend. He do a martial arts, and he teaches the scriptures, but it's the scriptures go with those techniques.
Yeah, yeah,
I got a friend like that on my Facebook page.
it's similar. You should reach out to him and see. Being somebody that has taught out of a couple of different churches, they are more receptive to us as martial artists coming in if it's a situation of, hey, I'm not just going to teach them to fight. I need you to understand it's not me teaching a bunch of kids to go beat up other kids. You have to have the attributes of teaching self-defense, making sure that they don't use it unless they absolutely have to.
Yes, that's
But
true.
they also appreciate the scripture element of it. How does martial arts help you in being a better member of the church?
Well, martial arts helped me being a better member of the church by serving God and just helping people when they don't know how to help themselves. Cause it was when I first came up, when I first moved to Jackson, Tennessee, I was in my 20s.
Okay.
So then I asked my dad, I said, where, when I moved up, I asked my dad, I said, where's the closest church nearby? I want to go to church Sunday. So he like, church on the street. It was close by. So I walked to the church. It was two churches, but I didn't know was next to each other. So I had to pick one. So the first church that I picked was First Baptist Church. Ever since then, I go every Sunday. I didn't miss I miss some Sundays unless it's got something to do with an emergency. But ever since then, I don't miss because I know if I do miss, I'm getting a phone call from my mentor, Mike Bledsoe, come to church, get in here. Because he was in he's a sergeant major, high level. This high level. So he be on my case, him, Douglas Scott, John David, and one of my friends, James Crawford, they be on my case. Stay in there, don't leave, just help much as you can.
Wonderful. How has martial arts helped you outside of the church, outside of martial arts? How has it helped you with regular life?
It helped me with life because like I said, by me growing up in the church, like if I see a homeless, which that church helped me with the gospel, and when I see a homeless, I pray for them right then and there. Besides, if I don't have this on while I'm in here, when I'm out there walking or my dad or me and my dad driving someplace, if I see homeless, I will bless them with anything I get. They're just the kind hearted I am. And I just pray for them, you know, because it could have been me. It could have been anybody.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, from what you're telling me, it is evident that your martial arts has helped you with your anger problems,
Yes, it did.
because the anger that you had as a child doesn't exist if you are able to help a homeless person or give to a homeless person.
Yes, that's true.
How how, what worked, what didn't work. Martial arts get rid of the anger. How did it calm the little angry boy?
Well, it calmed me down. It calmed me down very much. Like I said, I'm gonna go back to what I said when I was young, when I was 8.
Mm-hmm.
My family thought I was kind of off. I was, like I said, I was swinging sticks. They thought I was off. 'Cause I used to wake up, beat my family up in the morning. The door in the front yard. So like I said, I used to grab 2 sticks and I have one on my back, like I'm Leonardo. So the next thing you know, I used to just do this and do that and everything. That's what. Then when I look back into my childhood and the anger, just helped me. Cause once I get mad or say want to punch something, then I go back to my martial arts training. No, don't do this. Don't do that. Stay humble. That's what I'm not trying to do anymore. I'm trying to live a good life in the martial arts way, serving my community, helping the community, and stuff.
Humble is a wonderful word to use there because there's a level of humility that has to be exercised in order to excel here. We have to, I say it time and time again, but we have to be students in order to be good teachers. And if we're not going to be teachers, teaching is not for everybody that's in the martial arts, and it's not for everybody that's in the martial arts for a lifetime. But you're in the martial arts for a lifetime, you still have to maintain an open heart and an open mind so that you can continue to be a student, you can continue to learn.
Yes, I agree.
Learning is incredibly important, and the
Because
humility is
learning is key for me. Because when I was in high school, like I told you, I learned Taekwondo in high school in ROTC. So I used to stay in the library and stay in the library because they was learning this, and I was in the library in the books learning martial arts. Cause they used to have to come to get me out the library. Cause they're like, "What is you reading?" I showed them what I read. Cause it was one time when I was in elementary school, a person laughed at me when they asked me, "You know how you ask what you gonna be when you grow up?" So then I said, everybody went out of the room and said what they want to be when they grow up. I said, "I want to be a martial artist." They didn't know what a martial artist was. So when they said karate, I was like, "Yes." They laughed at me. So when I look back at it now, I just work and shut them up. So that's how I do it. Like, it's like when somebody tell me I can't, I hear this playing at times in my head, playing at times in my head. When somebody tell me I can't do this, I can't do that, you ain't gonna never excel in nothing, you never ain't gonna do nothing, I prove them wrong.
martial arts help you in your day-to-day life in a way that it helps you pick yourself up when you're in the darkness. It sometimes can prevent you from going into the darkness, hopefully.
Well, martial arts help me pick me up when it's like when I'm laying in the bed sleep, I'll wake up and just get the training. Cause that's something that I don't want to be lost in is in the darkness. Cause I always wake up, pray, everything. That's just how I do.
You sound like you lead a somewhat of a disciplined or regimented life.
Yeah, I live like a Christian life. Cause like I said, before I got baptized, I was a knucklehead. Nugget. I was.
How so? How so?
It was like I was fighting, going to school, went to school, got suspended, I was just hard headed. So then my dad and my mom was like, you got 2 choices, well, 3 choices. Graduate, which I did. I graduated in '09, which I did. And when I got out school, I had to think about it because we kept moving place to place, place to place. So, when I
Are you a military kid? Is that why you were moving?
No, sir, I ain't a military kid. I got family members that's military. That was military. So, when we were moving from place to place, me and my mom, I've been around my mom for 25 years of my life. 25 years of my life. And I seen what my mom went through. I seen what my dad went through. Then I loved them both. Cause my mom, she went from a good person to she had cancer. So the cancer that she had was very rare. Nobody know what it was. The doctors didn't know what it was. So she had to go to a professional. So when I found out that my mom had cancer, that's what it. Cause when I heard these words, she said, "I'm a fighter." So I said, "Well, what's going on, mom?" So she was like, "I got cancer." I said, "Good." I said, "What stage is it?" She said she don't know because it's a rare type. So when she kept going to doing chemo, then by the grace of God, she beat cancer.
Wonderful. So she's still cancer free?
She cancer free. Yes, sir.
That's wonderful. Glad to hear that. Glad to hear that. So one theme that I'm picking up on is the family and the community aspect that you have. You're very close with your family, and they are a lot of your reason why.
I can't put
As
yeah, the reason why I'm still doing martial arts to this day.
yeah. And so the other question is, have you had that same type of family or community experience within the martial arts community? Okay. Tell us about that. Tell us about your martial arts family.
My martial arts family from Link Martin, Grandmaster J. I ain't talking about the musician. Grandmaster J. Everybody that I name, they helped me a lot. They helped me a lot. Cause if I know, I know if I was in a bad place, they pull me back in. So that's what.
Martial arts community is very important
Yes, they were very.
for
Cause I didn't understand what I was supposed to do in the community. Cause it was one time I got a video where I did a demonstration at the church and everybody came and seen. And that's when I loved it. Everybody loved it. Cause they ain't never seen me do it but on a video. But they ain't never seen me do it in person.
absolutely. So community being very important because we also support each other, we raise each other, we lift each other up. We're also stones sharpening stones. That's the aspect of being in a school and teaching and learning. And as a teacher, you also learn from your students, and it all feeds into itself. It all feeds everything else. What else would you like people to know about your story?
Well, I'm gonna let you finish. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. What else would you like people to know about your story?
Well, I'm just gonna say what people need to know about my story is never give up. Never. Cause if you give up on self. You give up on self, you give up on life. And I came a long way from what I used to be to what I am now. And it's like when I thank everybody that's been in my inner circle, even you, because we have conversations, even you, I thank you for
Right.
today as well. And Link Martin, Team Rich, Grandmaster J, everybody that's in my inner circle that's helped me. Bowden, everybody, my church family, my mom and dad, my brothers and sisters. I got a message for everybody that's if you want to learn martial arts, make it through the fun.
That's right. That is right. What advice would you give people that are practicing martial arts right now?
The advice I give to people that practicing martial arts right now is don't misuse martial arts. Don't bully nobody with the martial arts that you learning now, cause it can come back and haunt you. It can come back and haunt you, cause when you learn the martial arts, it ain't about kicking and punching. It's about inner self. Once you learn the inner self, everything will open the doors for you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Do you know this is like the fifth podcast that I've done, sixth podcast maybe, and no one else has said that. And that's so the time that it takes for us to learn and to fight and to be deadly and efficient. There's something that happens within us to where we also realize that there's not really a need to fight. So that's why we don't have to use it. We don't have to abuse the power that we're cultivating, because it kind of makes the other things fade away, makes the anger fade away. We're not waking people up with sticks.
Yeah, well, it was more than just sticks. It was like kicking on trees and all that. That was it.
That's right. Do you think that when you moved, it helped you a little bit with the anger and helped you? You talked about moving in, or I don't know if in with your dad or moving closer to your dad. Did that help?
I stayed with my dad.
You stay with your dad?
And
Awesome.
and my little brother.
Did that help?
It helped me a lot. It helped me a lot.
Was it helping environmentally, or was it helping because uh he's sort of a voice of reason or a mentor?
My dad, he's been like this bond. Cause when I stayed with my mom for 25 years, I lost my bond with my dad. Cause it's like when I moved up here in my 20s, if I'm not mistaken, in my 20s, me and my dad, we regained our bond back. We laugh now, we joke now, we do this, we do that, we talk crazy to each other now, like that in a fun way.
Yeah.
And so we have fun with it, and it's like once we got that bond back, we just let everybody know that we together once again.
That's awesome. That's wonderful.
My mom, she's a wonderful person, very wonderful person. And when I seen her well, I ain't gonna say seen, when I heard that she beat cancer and going through her health problems, and I seen her fight through it. She's a fighter.
Absolutely.
I tell everybody out there, and this is a true thing coming from me. Enjoy your parents while you can, because once they long and gone, now what you gonna do?
And like some people lose their parents to things like cancer that are not controllable,
Yes.
and it happens suddenly.
Yeah.
So, okay. Where can people that are listening and watching this, where can they find you? I'll make sure I put your YouTube link in the show notes for this podcast, but I want you to shout yourself out and tell them where they can find you.
Well, you can find me on Facebook, James Crawford. I had so many Facebook, so I had so many.
Right.
I'll be honest.
Right.
Or you can go on my YouTube channel, is Sensei Crawford Martial Arts. You see all my videos, everything out there.
Wonderful. I hope you get your club set up at the church.
Thank you.
You'll have to keep me posted. Let me know how that's going.
I sure will.
If I may have a connection with the Kicking for Christ. I have to talk to an old buddy of mine and see if it still exists and if he still has it, or if it doesn't exist, he might have some of the materials, and if it does, I'll see if I can get it to you. So I want to thank you for having this conversation with me. I want to thank you for being a part of my journey, and thank everybody else for listening, and keep kicking.
Thank you all for listening. It was a great conversation that I enjoyed. I can't wait for the next one. If you are a martial artist and you would like to come on and have a conversation with me, whether I know you or not, please reach out to me on Facebook. Please email me at keepkickingpod@gmail.com and we will get you on. You can like, you can share, you can follow the channels, all that jazz. But what I need you to do more than anything is keep kicking.